Well, you can see I've gone a little bluer, a little darker here. Might still need the odd highlight. Not sure. Not going to worry about it right now. You know, basically the foreground is painted now. So I need to choose, and there are only going to be a few brush strokes, but I need to lay some highlights in various areas. I'm going to go more intense. I'm likely going to add just a hint of cad yellow pale to my yellow ochre and some white to really have the sun catch a couple of spots. Once that's in place, then I will know how much highlighting I can do on the trail. I don't think the trail needs much, but as we get close to the barn, I may still, I might just put a bit more light on it in places. I'm not sure yet. I don't want it to get too busy. Highlights here. I'm probably going to put a little stronger light to make the form of this trunk a little stronger too. Anyway, I need to take several thousand footsteps up to the canvas and back to the wall. Up to the canvas and back to the wall. I have to back up constantly while I am laying these strokes on. So I'll film it, but I'll just speed through it. my intention was to, once I'd laid some lights in here, put highlights on the trail. And I sat back and looked at it for a minute, and I thought, I don't think it's necessary. I don't want to draw too much attention to this. You know, maybe step 6 when I'm finishing the whole painting, putting the final touches on. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. As you can see, I made a mess here that I've had to fix. I may need to still, this is a little bit smoothish here, I may still need to put the odd brush stroke in. I'm not going to worry about it for the moment. I think that actually that kind of bugs me right there. I think that I'm just going to leave the foreground now as it is. Yeah, I'll still, you know, I'll lump the trunk with this structure and this structure. I don't think the fence or the trees need touching. I think I just have to give the final details to everything and the final highlighting, which really doesn't need much on the buildings, which don't need much. And I'll move from there. Well, let's play with this little shed here for a moment. Rest my fingers on a place that does not have wet paint. I think I'm just going to indicate I'm using the same colors well as here, but no yellow ochre and a little lower value. And my brush is getting a little rough looking. All right. You know, I'm so tempted just to drop the value of some of this trim too. It looks kind of bleached and a little bit like bones instead of wood. I don't know if that was a good idea, but that's alright. I'll work with it. I do know that I need to touch up where I made it a little bit messy. You know what else? I think that at some point I'd like to put a break in it. How about right there? Yeah. I'll play with that later if it looks too strange. Alright, now I have two large voids in here yet. Well, plus maybe a few boards missing. And there's something about a building that has everything closed up that's just psychologically not very inviting. And I would like, you know, even though this isn't the main shed, I'd like it to appear a little bit inviting. So I don't know that I want to close those voids completely. So I think what I'll do, and I'm going to use a little bit of the same color as here, a little bit of ultramarine blue and burnt sienna. keeping my values a little lower. Okay, that looks about right. Yeah, keeping the values just a little bit lower because I don't want to compete with the main shed. And because my lines are all vertical on this shed, oops, I'm getting too much junk in there again. Well, I'll give it a little more light. Because they're all vertical, I'm going to make these lines horizontal. And, you know, you could call this the door temporarily patched up. Who knows, maybe it's just got a 2x4 bracing it from the inside. And you can just kick it out of the way and open it up to gain entry. Has a bit of a Dutch door look to it. I still want to go higher in value. What's wrong with me? Okay. That's all right. And I don't want, you know, the reason I'm closing this a little bit is because I don't want a large empty hole there. Just a little bit. The large one is going to be next door. Okay, I think that'll work. And so for the moment, we're going to leave that just empty. I think that we can just take the color I'm using right now and add a little bit of, what happens if I add a little bit of alizarin crimson? I know it's going to go kind of pinky, which might be okay. Let's see. Well, why not? You know, a board rots and it falls out. And somebody replaces it with something else, and it belonged to another building, and it's kind of doesn't match the color perfectly, but that's okay. Out in the prairies, you don't just go to the lumber store. When you're on a farm, you make do with what you got. Especially in the days when these things were built and maintained. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Okay, I'm going to go back to some burnt sienna and white here. I know that I mentioned I wanted to make this a little more intense. And I do. I think that needs it. Bump the chrome up a little bit. That really helps to give the the impression that this is further or closer to us than that is. It's kind of fun, you know. In a way, it's kind of like the structures are painted, and now we're just, you know, they're painted, and you've left room to adorn them with jewelry. So now we're doing just that, and it's fun. I like this part of it. Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to leave it at that for now. We will talk to you soon, guys. Oops, where's my hat? There we go. Thanks for watching.